Hey everybody, it's the Creativity Cave. How are you guys doing? I have no idea if anybody will even be showing up to this. I am super excited to be here, but I'm not feeling the greatest, and I did not do my advertising for this so that you would all know this was happening today, so I apologize, but I'm super excited because I'm going to be coming to you live every week. Yay. Hi, Susan. I'm so excited you're here. Oh, yay. Hi, Lisa. It's great to have you guys. Hey, Brooke. I apologize. This is Dina with no makeup and a crappy voice. And if I have to stop to blow my nose at some point, I hope you won't judge. So I'm really excited about the projects I have to share with you. That is one thing I have ready, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you some fun things. I'm really also very excited because we're going to use some watercolor pencils. We're going to make a cute little box filled with cards, and who knows what else I'll end up doing. You never know. Hey, Emily. Hey, Emily.
Hey.
There's two Emilys.
Oh.
I know. Oh, thanks, Lisa. So, you know, a person who's sick usually stays in bed and gets better. I drove to Minneapolis yesterday to pick up my mom, and I shopped IKEA for about 3 hours and then came home. Oops. Hey, Julie, do I have to write another note for you today? So that was probably not the most helpful thing to get me better, but a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. So my mom's here visiting, and we came home at about 6:15, 6:30 last night, and so my husband had recorded the game so we could see everything. I wanted to see the coin toss and everything at the beginning, and I like all of the fun things they do. Like, I love it when they're nice to each other and they celebrate and they do all that kind of stuff. But then my husband was fast forwarding through the whole thing, so I missed all that good stuff because he does not like that. Figures. Anyway, so I didn't get to see all of that fun stuff. I didn't even see the national anthem. I didn't even know who sang it.
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan.
Yeah,
okay.
watched on YouTube.
He's a country, right? I'm
Yeah.
so not country.
Yeah, he's
This girl is not a little bit country. She's a little bit rock and roll.
yeah, that's mine too.
So, but oh my gosh. Well, then I have to tell you, this is hysterical. So we're watching the game, and his recording ended when it said it was going to end, which was like 3.5 hours long. So, the guy who caught the ball, like this far off the ground and made that unbelievable catch that nobody could believe was a catch, and they were getting set up to score. New England was getting set up to score at the very end of the fourth quarter, this much time left, and oh my gosh, they're never going to do it. How could they possibly win? That's when our recording stopped, so I didn't see the end. So then my daughter was sitting there with us, and she was watching, what do the kids do these days? Snapchatting. She was Snapchatting with her boyfriend the whole time, and he, of course, was watching the game too. And so she knew what the live version was the whole time because we were watching the recorded one, which is about 45 minutes behind. And then our recording ended, and he had the channel on Harry Potter from what is that channel called? It used to be ABC Family, but now it's not a family program anymore. Freeform. Oh my gosh. Don't you love listening to me figure this stuff out loud? Anyway, so they were watching, he had it on Harry Potter before, so then when we ended, we couldn't rewind and see what happened. It was over. So then she goes, "Do you want me to tell you who won?" And we're like, "Yes!" And she said, "New England." And we were like, "What?" We couldn't believe it. It was funny. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe that was you had to be there situation. I don't know. Sorry. But oh my gosh, that was crazy. I could not believe New England won. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, crazy. Hey Casey, you did figure it out. Awesome. So guys, now that I told you my random story, I have to say, I am planning on doing Facebook every Monday at 10 a.m. So it's like a TV show. You can set your DVRs, except you don't have to set anything because it'll just record. And it will be posted on my Creativity Cave Facebook page. And I think I have figured out how to upload it to YouTube. So it'll probably post there as well. You're welcome. Anyway, I'm so excited. Oh, Casey, you can watch it again. It was about the Super Bowl, kind of. Well, I mean, it was totally about the Super Bowl, but mostly that I'm lame, or my husband's lame. We'll leave it. It's my husband. So anyway, actually, I cannot complain about my husband because I brought a carload full of IKEA stuff home and he helped unload all of it. And so that was pretty nice. And I got him Swedish fish, hoping that he will enjoy putting all my IKEA stuff together. Don't you think that's totally what's going to happen? Let's just say I might have to do something else. Okay. So I have a list of things to do. Do you like my sunshiny happy paper? Smile. This is my list of things that I need to do. So awesome. Welcome everyone. You know what's kind of funny is, okay, there, like when I'm doing a video, normally I'm recording a video, I have like a timer that reads so I can see how long I've been going. But on Facebook Live, it does not tell you how long you've been going for. So I don't even know. So if I like need to skip to the end and get going, you guys just let me know. So I have a bunch of updates to share with you. First of all, watercolor pencils are back in stock. They had turned the number off for a brief time because they're so popular, but they are back. So you can get them. I'm so excited about that. And I'm going to show you a really cool card. Well, obviously all my cards are really cool, but I'm going to show you a really cool card with kind of a fun technique using my watercolor pencils. And then I'm going to show you some things that I've been playing around with using them. I'm so excited because these are so awesome. And to be honest, I think I need a second set because as I'm looking, I've already been using my most popular color by how much I've sharpened it is Melon Mambo. But that makes sense. And I'm not even a pink kind of person. I'm more of an aqua person. But I'll tell you, I like the Melon Mambo. So, yay. Okay, now there's a few other updates I have to share with you. And these are a teensy bit depressing. A couple of them are, but not horrible. So there are two items that, well, one item you cannot order right now, and that is the egg cartons. Those little mini egg cartons from the Occasions catalog have been crazy popular. They are doing an air drop shipment, like where they ship them via faster, like air versus ship. Because of course all this stuff comes from China, and it's the Chinese New Year, and apparently like China shuts down for a few weeks in January, and so they are doing a shipment for us, but they're not going to be here until I think it said March 20th. And I know that is kind of a horribly long time away, but what do you do? They're so awesome though. So we'll have them then, so you can't order those. The other thing I noticed that we are on low stock for today is, I'm just looking, the window box Thinlits. I couldn't remember what they were called. So there's the bundle of window shopping with the window box Thinlits. That is low stock. You can still order it, but it's low stock. And then the other thing is the Sending Love framelits are on back order until the 27th, which sucks. There's really no other way to candy coat that one. So I'm really sorry about that. They're such adorable framelits, but like all things that come from China during Chinese New Year, we have to suffer. So it'll be worth the wait, but I just want you to be aware of those things. Hi, Linda from Manitoba. Don't you like that? I'm practically Canadian, having come from Minnesota. Okay, but the good news is it is Celebration. And celebration is always a fabulous time. There are free things for every $50 you spend. And if you love celebration as much as I do, you also get a free thing for, so if you spend like $100, you get 2. If you spend $200, you get 4. If you spend $250, which I realize you can't just spend $250, but I just want you to be aware of something. If you spend $250, you get $25 in host rewards, but as a celebration bonus, you get an extra $25 in host rewards. Ooh. And so that means you get $50, plus you would qualify for 5 free celebration items, which is awesome. It's amazing. So that's a really good deal. So if you've been saving up for a big order like that during celebration, you can cash in on all kinds of specials. In addition, if you are interested in becoming a demonstrator, you also get a fantastic deal on the starter kit, plus you can pick any 2 free stamp sets, and that is like up to $100-ish value. So that is amazing. So if you have not done that yet, or haven't if you're thinking about it or wondering how that works to become a demonstrator, just drop me a line. I'll let you know. By the way, if you guys ask questions in these comments, I might not answer them immediately, but I do go through and read all the comments. So I'm more than happy to share with you all of the information on anything you ask during the video. And my trusty assistant Emily is here, and she's kind of watching with me a little bit too. So she'll help me if you guys have questions. So I think those are all my updates. Now, oh, one more thing. I also have one more update, and that is I have an online card club that starts this month. And the way online card club works is you are a member if you join for 10 months, and each month you are required to place a $35 order before tax and shipping, and I give you a special hostess code, and then each month one of the members takes turns being the hostess. And so the awesome thing about that is you get all the free stuff, and you don't have to actually host your own party. You don't have to invite people over. You just have fabulous friends that you're going to meet through me. So I still have a few spots left for February's club, and if you would like to join in on that, please let me know. You can either post a comment in this or send me an email, whatever you want to do. And the other perks that you get for Online Club are I send you tutorials each month. Usually there's like a technique or something special that I like to share, and those fun tutorials go to you each month, and it's kind of like a mini class for free, and they're not projects I post anywhere else. They're special just to you. So that's kind of a nice special. Okay, are you guys ready to get stamping? Yay! Let's get started stamping. I'm going to flip you around to my work area, and if you happen to be flashed any of the crazy, let's just say not super organized portions of my office, no judging, because my office is a teensy bit messy. I'm just gonna say it's true. But haven't you guys seen all those things about really creative people are messy? It's true. Okay, so hold on. Here we go. Oh, see, I did a pretty good job of flipping it fast so you couldn't see anything. Don't you like that? Here, we gotta move things over a little bit. Oh, I'm already showing you my good stuff. I'm not supposed to do that. Okay, so, all right. So I showed this card on my blog, and this was yesterday, and I did a video of how I made this card. It was so awesome, because of course all my videos are awesome. I'm just kidding. That's not true. Not all of them are awesome. In fact, I don't even know if that one was, because again, I've been kind of sick. So this one is just a really cute card, but what's really special about this is the stamp set it uses. And we're going to keep working with this set a little bit today, and that is Big on Birthdays. And I really, 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 really like this set because of course I send lots of birthday cards, But the problem with the stamp set is this stamp. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know what the deal is. At least you're still pretty. From what I can gather, in the South, people say this, like, you're so old, but at least you're still pretty. I can't send that to somebody. I mean, I like to generally be a nice person. I mean, I totally have a sarcastic side to myself, but oh my gosh, I seriously could not believe this. I guess if it's a Southern thing, okay. But I will tell you, I loved the stamp image. I love this image itself. It's so cute. But the saying is just kind of killing me. Because like I said, I think of myself, generally speaking, as pretty nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can be just as sarcastic and whatever as the next person. But I have to say, I really just, I don't know, that stamp bothers me. In fact, it bothered me from the get-go. As soon as I saw the catalog, that was the first kind of thing. I was like, what? So anyway, and there was quite a discussion on my video, because I did make, so I posted this card last week, and then I, obviously this uses a different stamp, but I said, you know, what can we do with this stamp? Because I really do like the image itself. It's cute. Okay, so let's skip to that part. So I made this card yesterday, and or it was posted yesterday, and I used this stamp image, which is this big image right here, and I covered it up with a punch, as you can see. So this is the medallion flower punch. Hey, Monica, how are you doing? I think, Monica, aren't you in, like, Georgia-ish? Yes. You're from the South, and well, I know you would never say that to anyone, Monica, because you're, like, super sweet, too. Anyway, so this medallion punch is the perfect size to fit right on top of this horrible, horrible saying. Now, a few people did say they thought that was hysterical and their main reason why they liked this set, but more people said they thought that was terrible and they didn't want to buy the set because of it. But I think that this is super cute, like the rest of it. So let me show you another card. Well, okay, so then after I made this card, then I made this card. Oops. Oh, except I haven't finished it. So I stamped At Least You're Still Pretty in white on a crumb cake note card, which I loved. And then I did this, and I'm going to show you how to do this, by the way. I thought this was attached. It was not. Okay, so then I did this one. Isn't that adorable? Do you guys like it? Can I feel the love? You know, you can push the little thing that gives you hearts, and then it makes me feel good. So I think this is there's a heart one. Thank you. Okay. It's just nice to know you're out there. Sometimes it's like crickets. So I loved this card and I thought it was super duper cute. So what I wanted to do, oh, now there's lots of love. Thank you guys. Sometimes it's really reassuring to know that there is indeed someone watching you, because you kind of wonder, like, did the computer freeze or... Okay, so then, you know, you can't just make one. So I made 5 more cards. Aren't these pretty? So, I think these are adorable, and I love the color combination. I think they're super, super pretty. All these pinks and corals against the crumb cake cardstock is so awesome. Of course, you could totally do aqua colors, kind of as I've set up here. I've got, you know, the Bermuda Bay, and this is Pool Party. You could add to that several more colors, such as Soft Sky, Night of Navy, Island Indigo. All of those would make a lovely set of cards as well. But let me show you how I'm going to create this card project, and then we're going to make an adorable little box to put it in. Yay. Okay. So now, the coolest part about this, at least I hope you're going to find this to be the coolest part, is that when you place an order with me using my host code, you're going to get all the stuff to make the cards and box yourself. Oh! Okay, so I have this right here. There's also a graphic on my Facebook page where you're watching this video right now that you can see it, but you will get 5 note cards and envelopes in the crumb cake. You will get 5 half sheets of colored cardstock, not 5.5 sheets, but 5 half sheets. Let me put like a dash in there. Uh-oh, what happened to my Sharpie? I lost it. Here. 5 half sheets of colored cardstock in these colors. And then you'll get the pre-cut pieces for the box, and then you can make the box. It's awesome. So make sure you use this host code, FHHH, that's 3 H's, 2 R's, and a D9. Okay, so that's the host code. And I will, like I said, there's a graphic on my Facebook page that you can see that information on, and I will show it again later. All right, so I've got myself a note card right here, and I'm going to take my stamp image and ink it up in Whisper White ink. And this is one of those where, because it's a bigger stamp, I like to put the ink to the stamp versus the stamp to the ink. I find I get better coverage, plus I can look and ensure that I have indeed covered the whole thing with ink. Okay. Hey, Erica. Tell me, Erica, do you like the saying or do you think it's horrible? I know Erica's from the South too. She's from Texas. So let me know. Okay, so I'm just going to center this on here and stamp. Now here's where you might want to stand up and put a little muscle into it. Excuse me, don't cough. I'm really glad you're not here because then I would have just coughed on you. So it's just in my office. My poor assistant, maybe she needs to put on like a mask, or maybe I need to put on a mask. I don't know. Okay, so I think I've stamped on this pretty good. So when I lift it up, at least you're still pretty. Oh, it's there. So this is so cute in the white ink on the crumb cake cardstock. Love it. So now what I'm going to do is set this aside for a minute to dry, and then I'm going to prepare my flowers. So I will grab a pink flower. What other color combinations do you think would be cute with this? Do you guys have like ideas? Like you could do a rainbow of colors. You could do just a bunch of, like by the color family, you could do brights, you could do neutrals, you could do regals, or maybe not neutrals because those might not be like the most amazing. You love it because they're sarcastic. Yeah, it is for somebody who gets you. That is for sure. I just can't imagine sending this to somebody, except for my best friend, Krista, because she probably would appreciate it. Don't you think?
Yeah.
But we also call each other inappropriate words. I won't say them out loud because I'm a lady, but I generally am not when I'm with her. Okay, so this flower, you can see I punched 2, and I've taken one with my bone folder, and I'm just going to curl this a whole bunch of times. I'm going over the whole flower. I'm going in different directions. And then eventually what I'm going to do is pull these 2 layers of cardstock apart, because what's inside is a lovely surprise that I like to call faux suede. Okay, so you can see the layers are starting to separate. Can you see that? And then what I'm going to do is just start pulling these apart like so. And generally they pull apart pretty good, but then like sometimes this happens where it won't come in one piece. That's okay. But if you do pull it apart in 2 even pieces, then you can use the second one. I kind of didn't do that. And generally what that means is like this petal didn't quite get enough. But you can tell because like you'll see it kind of separate. If it's not separated, then that means you have a problem. But anyway, there you go. Now do you see the texture? So awesome. It has this beautiful texture. It even feels nice. So you can like, I'm rubbing it on my face. Okay, maybe not, but it's super, super cool. I've done this many times before, so if you've watched my videos, I'm sure you've seen it. Now I'm also going to take and just curl the petals just to make them curled like that. Not this whole thing, but just a little curly, because as you well know, I love dimension. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is take and do another punch This time I'm going to use my Petite Petal punch. This cute little punch is so easy, and it's perfect for the center of this flower. Of course, it works with all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to also curl this one as well with my bone folder. You don't have to use your bone folder, but I had it handy, so why not? Okay, and then I'm going to take and pop this up on top. Well, I'll just put them together. So let me grab, and yeah, you have to, again, I'm not feeling the best today, so I apologize if I ramble on inappropriately. I mean, I know I do that normally, but it's only going to be worse because I'm not feeling great. But that's actually usually when some of my more entertaining stories come out. All right, so I just put these two layers together with a little fast fuse, and then I'm going to pop this flower up with a dimensional. Okay. Hey, Erica, do you remember when we saw each other at that store in the mall, or not the mall, but in the airport in Barcelona? I got this ring there. Isn't this cool? I don't know if I showed you it that day, but it was so cool. I always think of you running into you in that store in Barcelona. Okay. So here is my flower. Isn't this adorable? I'm going to pop up the bottom of it onto my card as well. Okay. And as you can see, it totally covers up everything on here, but it leaves this little swirl at the bottom, which I think is kind of cute because it's like a little something coming out of your flower and it looks like it's supposed to be there. So we're going to go with that. And then I'm going to take one more punch. I realize this is a lot of punches and you may or may not have any of these punches. Of course, you could order some of them and that would get you to your $50, or you could substitute punches that you do happen to have. I'm just looking for my scrap of white and I don't see it. That's crazy because it's my office. There should be scraps of white everywhere. Here, I found another one. Oh, look. Okay. So I'll punch this little flower, and then I'm going to, and I'm also going to kind of shape this a little bit with curling it up just a little bit, and then I'm going to add a glue dot to the back, and then of course some bling. So I've been putting pearls in the center of these because I think the pearls are really pretty with the soft look of the colors that I've chose. So here is a very well-loved sheet of pearls. Do you guys' pearls look like this after you've been using a bunch of them? Okay. Yes, I did, Erica. I did hit my milestone. Okay. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. I just love how this turned out. Okay, so I've got two of the medallion flowers punched. One that I made into faux suede, so that's pretty. I've got one Petite Petal punch, boom, in the same color. Of course, you could change up the colors if you wanted. And then I have one of the cute little flowers from the Tree Builder punch, which this is like the best punch ever. And I've put that in the center with a pretty little pearl. Now I'm going to make this a card. I've been writing happy birthday on here, but I'm going to do it's your day, because this could be this could be all kinds of stuff. Now, if you want to stamp yours crooked, you go right ahead like me, but you can also stamp it straight. Part of the problem is when I'm recording, my camera is right. See, it's right here. It is in the way of my head, and I usually would stick my head over so I could see if I'm doing it straight, but you get the idea. Look, this one's straight. Isn't it so pretty? Okay. So there is my card. Now, wouldn't it be super awesome if I could put this in a cute little box? Of course it would, because this would make a fantastic gift. With Valentine's Day coming up, this would be a lovely gift to give to a friend or a boss. I don't know if you really give your boss a gift on Valentine's Day. That might be a little weird, but somebody special. Like, I'm going to send my sister, I know she's not watching this, so I can tell her this, but I'm going to send my sister a little gift. She's divorced, and you know, I think she would want a gift from somebody on Valentine's Day, because she says Valentine's Day kind of sucks, and I get that. And I say Valentine's Day ain't much better when you're married, because your husband doesn't do much either. At least mine doesn't. But anyway, Again, I do gladly love my stamp set. Or, oh my gosh, I was just reading a comment. I do very much love my husband, but he's not the most romantic guy on the face of the earth. I'm just saying. Okay, now I want to show you how the box works. This box is so cute. Yes, Monica, you did meet my sister. Okay, Monica met my sister in the pool. Isn't that funny how you know people? Okay, so I have this box and I want to show you, or I have the dimensions, and the box is 3 pieces, and we'll put it together, but I wanted to show you what they were. So you're going to start with an 8.5 by a 6 3/4 inch piece of cardstock, and then you're going to score at 1.5 inches on all sides. That's what the dotted lines are, represent the scoring. That's super easy. Okay, so an 8.5 by 6 3/4, and oh, I will totally put all this stuff on my blog so that you can reference this back. Okay, I'll put pictures on the Facebook page too. Then for the top of our box, you're going to need a 5.5 inch piece by a 5 3/4 inch piece. And you're going to score that on the 5 3/4, the longer side. You're going to score at 1.5 inches and 5 1/4 inches. So you just have this little flap, and then you have a bigger flap. Okay. And then I also put a layer on top of just regular cardstock. Okay. Hey, Riva, aren't you glad I figured out you're Riva and not Kevin? Because that's clearly your husband. I really struggled with that first night because I was kind of going to be impressed if there was a guy on here, but then there wasn't, so it's okay. All right, so here is the top. This will be just like a layer to put on the top of the box. So let's go ahead and make this. So first of all, let me grab my paper trimmer. It's out of my reach. Okay, and then I'm going to clean off my spot just a little. Okay, so I have my pieces. I'm going to get rid of these just so they're out of the way, but the box is going to have these cards in them. Do you guys run out of room when you're stamping? I totally do. All right, so I'll start with my first piece. This makes the box bottom, and if you remember, I'm going to score all those sides at 1.5. By the way, I have to tell you, I was making this box like literally right before we came on Facebook Live. And it took me about 5 or 6 attempts to get the right measurements for this because like I said, not feeling well. I was messing up and I could not figure out what my problem was. But in the end, I figured it out. So that's all that matters. Okay, so there we go. Now what we're going to do is trim. So let me grab my scissors. Then we're going to trim on one side for each little square that you have here. You'll trim on one side, and then I'm going to go just a hair in like so. This just helps make a little neater box, and I'll show you why. You'll see it in a second. But do you see how I did the little wedge I cut out is from the square, not from the rectangle. Okay, so you just want to go straight up from the square and then ever so slightly in on the square like that, and like that. So there are my 4 pieces. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for just a second, and then we're going to score our next piece. So that is the top of our box, which is this smaller piece. Are you guys still there? Oh my gosh, I thought I hit do not disturb on my phone, but it just rang. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is my larger piece of the 3, or the middle size, I guess. So on the 5 3/4 inch side, that is where I want to score, and I'm going to score at 1.5. And at 5 1/4. Yes, as my husband said, he learned in woodworking, measure twice, cut once. It doesn't matter as much in cardstock because it's cheap to grab another piece, but if you don't have another piece, that's when it gets tricky. Okay, there was a little blip, but you're here. Phew, thank you. Hey, Sue! Sue is here. Sue is from London. You know I love that place. And then this last piece will be our box top. Okay, So I'm going to take and score on all of those lines that I scored on, or like score, like burnish score with my bone folder. Oh my gosh, seriously. Words are so hard sometimes. Okay. So I'm going to burnish these. And then I'm going to put my box together. I have a couple tips for this. So for box adherence, I prefer to use liquid glue. Hey, Sue, I feel like crap. How's that? I have a cold and it's not going away and it's making me mad. I don't like being sick. I have too much to do. Okay, so I have, I'm putting my little box together, and that little wedge we cut out makes it so your box is nice and flush so that you don't have like a hunk sticking out or whatever. It just helps. So I'm going to put glue on here. I find liquid glue is really good. Some people like tear and tape. Some people use fast fuse. I've used both, but the one thing that has never popped open for me over the years is liquid glue. That just stays good and stuck. I really like that. Okay, and then I'll do my last two sides. But again, it is all up to you. If you prefer one, go ahead. Who am I? I would never judge your use of adhesive. Adhesive is very personal, I've come to discover. Like, it really is. I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting. Okay, so there's my box. It's just a cute box bottom. But now, the other thing, actually, that is a good point, Riva. The wiggle room is absolutely true, because if you don't get it exactly where you want it, fast fuse is like there to stay until all eternity for the most part, especially if you want to move it. But liquid glue, there is some wiggle room. Now, we also made this cute little box top, so we're going to fit this in here. And just like we did the little divot out of our exit, or our squares, we're going to do a little divot out of the layer here so it just fits in there nicely. And like I said, it's not much. You don't need to cut much off, just a teeny little bit. So then you can see this will fit in here nicely, except we're going to put it in this way. Now, depending on what you want to do, you can either glue this to the outside, but it's not going to be pretty, so I prefer to glue it to the inside. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the inside. So I'll put my glue on here, and again, love the liquid glue. Now, there is one problem I do see people do with liquid glue, and that is they use too much. This stuff is really, really sticky. It is really great stuff, but if you put like a huge gob on it and it squirts out all over when you push your layers together and you have glue all over your fingertips, that means you're using too much. So cut back and your stuff is still going to work wonderfully. Okay, so I'm putting my layer in here like so, and then I'm going to put it on its side so I can press firmly to the inside. Okay, and then you just want to make sure that your lid is nice and flush. It's not crooked or wonky or weird. And then, oh look, this will fit in here. And if you really want to be pretty, then you can take your corner rounder and round the corners. Okay, so round the corner here and here. And then you'll have a lovely little box insert. Oh, okay, so cute. All right, so I'm going to set that aside for a minute. Now, of course, you could jazz this stuff up, stamp on it, do stuff before you made it, but I just wanted to get showing you how to make the box part out of the way. Now let me show you how we can decorate the top. So this is the top layer, and what I thought would be just simple and cute and easy would be if we were to stamp it much like our other projects. And so I'm going to ink up my stamp. I'm going to stamp it on here. I'm going to do it straight and centered because that's how I roll. Okay. Ooh. get this stamped on here really good. Do you like how I'm putting my back into it? Okay, there it is. Lovely. And then you can put one of your gorgeous flowers that you've created on there. And I had a whole stack of these somewhere. But now I don't know what happened to them. So we might have to break down and make another one. Like, seriously, I really thought I had them. I'm sure I'm going to find them as soon as the video's done, because that's how my life works. I don't know about you guys, but that's when I find things, is when I don't need them anymore. So, oh well, we'll just make it. In case you didn't see how I made the flowers, let's do another one. Ooh, actually, second thought. Let's do a flower, a slightly different version of the flower. How do you like that? Okay, so I'm going to take, I have two, just like I did before. I can curl them with my bone folder a little bit. I do curl both of them, but I'm going to set one curling down and one curling up. And that'll be cute. Then I'm going to take my white colored pencil. That's right, white. And let's just kind of create a cool little center. So I did this in my video yesterday. I'm going to put a dot to what I believe is the absolute dead center of this punch. And then I'm going to just kind of color like this with my white. And isn't this super duper uber pooper cute? Do you like it? Do you like it? So I'm just going around. Yay! Okay, you do like it. Yay! And filling that in as desired. So you can see that's scribbling. That's not fancy, people. Anyone can scribble. I've done the math. Okay. Then I will adhere these two layers together with some Fast Fuse. Again, if you wanted to use liquid glue or whatever, you can. All right, so there are my two layers stuck together. And then on the card I did last weekend, I put a vellum punch right here because that's kind of fancy. And then that way you can still see some of the white in there. So let me see where my, you know what, and I bet, oh no, I have some right here. I'm just wondering where that little door to Narnia is in my office that has all the stuff that I'm always looking for but can't find. I actually, despite my chaos, have a kind of impressive ability to find things. Wouldn't you agree, Emily?
Yes.
She's probably just like, oh my gosh, I can't even handle your chaos, but
No.
she can't. She even told me. I knew it.
Our cat's the same.
Not everybody can handle... Not everybody can handle the chaos that I operate in on a daily basis, but it's just, it works for me. So isn't that pretty? I like the vellum on there. All right, then last but not least, I'm going to also show, ooh, we could do a different color. Let's do the lighter pink. So this is Pink Pirouette. By the way, if I didn't mention, Pink Pirouette is the color I demonstrated for you on our project. Our first flower, the light pink one, that was Pink Pirouette. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. And then I'll put that in the center there. And of course, the cute little pearl, because everything's cuter with a pearl. In case any of you were shouting, it's under the white ink pad. I found it. All right. So just go where I want you to. Okay, so then I will pop this up on top of my box. So again, this is the lid of my box. And then look at how pretty that is. And you can see it just covers that goofy saying up perfectly, but then this cute little swirl looks like it's supposed to be there. I love it. Okay, so now let's take and pop the whole box up on top of our box. Ooh, and I'll show you another thing you could put on here. Okay. Now, here's the awesome part, is if you order using the host code that I mentioned earlier, and again, it'll be on my Facebook page, and I posted on my blog yesterday. If you order using that host code, you're going to get all the stuff to make this box and those cards for free from me. Yay! Okay. Now, here's one more thing I'm going to do. what if we just rubbed the white ink from our ink pad right on the top of the edge of our cardstock? Oh, so pretty. Hey, Nancy. How you doing? All right. Okay. So we're going to put this on our box. P.S. In retrospect, this might have been easier to do before we adhered the lid to the box, but whatever. It can still be done. So I'll center it right on there. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Isn't that awesome? So there's our box. It's just popped up a little. But now here is the awesomest part. I stamped on the envelope using the little bow thing in white on the little flap here, as well as It's Your Day. And then you can put your envelopes in the box along with 5 cards will fit in here. I would recommend that you take and put them like so they're not all facing the same direction. So then your cards will fit in there just like that, and then the box closes. Can you even stand it, you guys? Oh my gosh, I just think it's so pretty. Oh, so nice. Open it up, and oh, you love me with these beautiful cards that you made. So awesome. All right, so again, the envelopes fit in there. With these dimensions, the 5 cards will fit lovely in there, and you probably could get maybe one more, but I didn't want to push it, so I did 5. Here, I've got a 6 card. We could throw it in and see. It could be too much because you already have to kind of smush them a little, but I don't have the envelopes in there, so I'm guessing that might affect things. But there we go. Okay, so that is super awesome. Now, for the cards, I have a pink pirouette. I have a blushing bride. I have a extra pink pirouette. I have a flirty flamingo, calypso coral, and watermelon wonder. Okay, and those are the colors that will come in your cute little set of cards when you use the host code. Okay. And there we go. Oh, yeah, that is a good idea. Punch a half circle. Thank you, my dear Alexandra. Let's see, a ½ inch. Let's do, I have a 3/4 of an inch circle punch right here. So we could do that. So if you, whoops, take all that out and then do this like so. You could use any size circle. I just happen to have one right here. There you go. And then that makes it easier to get the box open and whatnot. Excellent. Thank you, Alexandra. That was awesome. Alexandra and I would be best friends if we lived together. I just know it. All right. I think that about a lot of you, actually. I think we would be such good friends if we lived closer. Okay, there we go. Oh. All right, so I'll have pictures for all of this on my blog and on my Facebook page. Now I'll just show you another card that I made, and I'll probably do a demonstration of this later on, but I love stripes. This is my Kate Spade card because when I had all the leftover parts for this sitting on my desk after I made all the cards for this, I was like, oh, what else can I do with them? So here's another card I made. And then, of course, then I had made that adorable card from my blog, which has disappeared. Here we go. This one, this is for the blog post. So this is the very first one I made. Then I made all these, then I made this one. So, of course, you can do all kinds of fun stuff with that. All right. Now, whew, we've been on for a while. I do have another project to share with you, though. That's pretty awesome. So let me switch over to that quick. It's a really kind of a fun technique, and that is using the Beautiful You stamp set. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. This uses a stamp set that, to be honest, when I first got it, I was like, well, I don't know. But now I've come to really like it. I do have an online class for this stamp set. that's pretty awesome. I got this set as part of, I needed to make display samples for a Stampin' Up! Event that I attended. And so I got the stamp set, and they didn't even have the inserts for it yet. So when I first got it, this is what I could see. And I was like, well, and I didn't quite know what to make of this. So I had to stamp all the images out to even see what they said. So that was kind of funny. But let me show you what I'm going to create with this, because I think it's kind of awesome. And it also uses this. There's a really cool technique that I'm going to show you with the colored pencils. And I did this. I was just playing around with my colored pencils one day and kind of came up with this. So I really liked it. I had seen other people create this silhouette, which I'll show you how I did that in just a second. And I thought, ooh, that would be kind of cool. And then I was messing with my colored pencils, and that's where this came from. So to start with, I'm going to stamp this in archival black. That is very important. And I'm doing this on watercolor paper. The watercolor paper part is also very important, and you'll see why in just a little bit. Okay, so I inked it up really well, and I'm going to stamp it on my watercolor paper. Perfect. So there she is. This is my dancing queen, because every time I see this, that's all I can think of. And then I'll grab my pencils. And of course, what I love about this is how fun the colors are in here. And they're just like the perfect colors. So I really like this. I really have to tell you, I did not like the stamp set, but one thing I really did like about it from the get-go were the sayings. They were really awesome sayings that came with it. So I thought that was kind of fun to come up with ways to use the sayings. And if you take my online class, and I don't know if any of you guys on here have taken the class, but the projects are pretty awesome. I just have to tell you, I'm really kind of patting myself on the back for it, because I love, love, love what I came up with. And they're really kind of, some of them are really out of the box. So I hope that you have or will appreciate them. All right, so I'm going to take the Pacific Point, and we're just going to color this pool of water lightly on here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my yellow. This is Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to start a circle. And what I'm going to do is start my circle just kind of like this, where I'm coloring, coloring, coloring. And I'm not going very light, or I am going pretty light, just kind of coloring it. And then I'm going to get a little darker with heavier pressure on my colored pencil and kind of keep going out from there, like so. And I might add that I think when I actually stamped this, I did the background first and added the stamp later, but it won't matter really. You'll see as we go. Okay. Then I'm going to go with orange or pumpkin pie. I always say orange because I can never remember if it's pumpkin pie or tangerine tango that's in the set. All right, so I'm going around. Now, orange pumpkin pie is one of those colors that's really intense. So you can see I'm kind of getting real light as I go out. This color gets a little crazy. I'm just going to tell you. It's very, very pigmented. Okay. Then, oh, Deb, I'm glad you appreciate my honesty. I would never, ever, ever lead you astray. I would tell you that. And I mean, Stampin' Up! Creates sets that are not for everybody. So it's okay. Not everybody needs to like every set, but I had to figure out something to do with this set because they gave it to me for making samples. And I think that was the really hard part, is because you want good samples because people use those ideas. But I personally have a hard time stamping if I'm not really into the stamp set. So that makes it tricky. All right, the next color I layered on here was a little bit of Calypso Coral, and then I think I'm going to stop. Now, I'm also going to grab some scrap paper because otherwise I'll get messy. Okay, so on here, to color this, I'm going to blend this out. And when you look at my sample and you look at the coloring I've done so far, it does not look like this is going to look like that at all, does it? At least I don't think it does. But when you add water, the magic happens. So I'm going to take an aqua painter. I also find it's really helpful to have some sort of paper towel or rag sitting next to you so that you can clean off things as you need to while you're stamping. So I'm just going to make sure my aqua painter is clean, especially because we're starting with real light colors. And here, I'll do the blue first. So here's the water. And here's what I really like about these pencils is, do you see, like, my pencil lines are completely gone. When we used to have a set many years ago, and when you would color, it would leave those streak lines. They wouldn't blend out completely, and that kind of drove me crazy. But here you can see they disappear completely. Now I'll start in with my yellow. Just want to make sure I have a nice clean aqua painter to start with. And I'm going to go from the center and I'm going to go out. Now when I get to the kind of the in between the next two colors, I'm going to clean off my brush and then pick up the next color so that you get distinct colors on here. You don't want them to completely just mix together and become all one color. You want to see those different colors come out. So then as we're getting lighter, I'll continue to do that. And can you see the intensity of that pumpkin pie? It just really is dark. Okay, and then I'm going around. Now if I don't go over it as much, I'll get less blending, and if I go over it more, it will definitely blend out, so I'll lose all those marker line or color lines. But now here is the this is the Calypso Coral, and I really wanted this color to kind of blend out and fade out from the rest, I guess. So I'm just going to go over this and then let it fade to nothing. And you can see or hopefully you saw when I was coloring it on there, I was being real light. I didn't go very dark like I did with the other colors. Okay, so as we go around, it just kind of fades to nothing, or at least that's sort of my intention. So isn't that awesome? Love it. So now this online class is still available. The details will be on my blog. Okay. Awesome. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh. Do you guys get excited when you stamp? Like, you make something and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. I get that way. And sometimes I get a little spazzier than other times. It just depends. But I often am really proud of the things that I come up with. And I will tell you, the more that I stamp, the more the ideas come and the faster they come, which is really helpful, because I'm sure a lot of you struggle, because I've struggled with this too over the years, where the colors don't come or the design doesn't come. And I'm telling you, the more you do it, the easier it does come. Now, I want to add just a little bit more color. There's not quite as much as I want here, so I'm going to do that by just scribbling on my scrap paper here some Calypso Coral, and then I can pick this up and then add it. And I want to be a little bit careful because I don't want to have like a giant dark blob on here, but there we go. So I can just add a little color going around the edge. So there's just a little bit more. And one thing with these techniques, it's never going to look exactly the same as your sample. And so if you're trying to replicate mine exactly the same, I'm sorry, it just is not going to happen, because I can't even do it. You know, you can see my sample is not exactly the same. But what I can do is continue to add color, change it up, whatever. But when these are wet, you can't color on them with the pencil directly. It won't really work. But that's why I scribble on the side, because then I can pick up the color from there. So it's really nice. Now, I want this to be completely dry before I do anything else. I can do one more thing though, quick, and that is I'm going to stamp my saying. Now, I will show you the saying comes with a bunch of words on here, and I didn't want them all for this particular project. I just wanted it to be simple. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make sure this is clean, because I'm not sure that it is. I think it is, but you never know. Okay. So Clean stamp, always a good stamp. Now, I'm taking my Post-it, and by the way, I go through Post-its like you wouldn't believe. They're so useful. I mean, they really are. But I'm going to put a Post-it over the words that I don't want, because this said, live with passion, laugh out loud, love deeply. That's great. We're going to cover that up. And then what I'm going to do is ink this up with my ink pad, remove Post-it. That's really important. And then stamp it down onto my card. Isn't that awesome? This removing of the Post-it, very important. Otherwise, it will look like that. You don't want that. Ask me how I know. It was so funny. I was doing this in my virtual, or my actual club, my real live people club last month, and I stamped it with the Post-it on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, seriously, I'm supposed to be some sort of professional here. Okay, so there we go. Now, what I mentioned that we need this to be dry, so I stamped on there because that'll help take up some dry time, but I can heat it with my heat tool. That's good. You just want to feel that it's dry. And then what I'm going to do, I used a Sharpie marker on this, but I'm going to try it with a black marker or Stampin' Up! Markers. I'm not 100% sure how well or not well this will work, but we'll see. So I'm literally going to color in every bit of this with the marker. And I want to be kind of careful to stay on within the lines of the sketch, because if I go out of those lines, it might look kind of funky, and I don't want that. So we're going to do her foot. We're even going to do the scribbles here a little bit. And the thing I wasn't sure about, and I'm kind of seeing that, is that while this is an excellent black, I want black out, and I can still kind of see things. I don't know. We'll do the whole thing and then decide. And we've got her leg here. Now you want to be careful, because if you go a little crazy with the black, you can end up with a large Marge instead of a cute skinny dancer. Just saying. No judgment or anything. Oh my gosh. But it's true. She can put on a few pounds if you're a little generous with your marker lines. Oh, if only I could take off a few pounds with erasing some marker lines. That would be kind of nice. And I'm going to do her hat and everything. So then you just have her lovely silhouette against this fun background. And of course, you could do all sorts of different backgrounds, creating, you know, sunsets, sunrises, sky, you know, cool skies, the works. So there we go. I think that looks pretty good. Now some of these you might just mess with slightly, but again, remember, you can never take away black marker on this lady. You can only add. So you have to be careful what you do. But I think that looks pretty good. Oh, there's one spot right here. Okay. So there we have her in all of her glory. See, she's still skinny. That's nice. Okay, now to finish this card up, I'm just going to layer it a little bit with a couple layers of cardstock, and that's it. It's so easy. As you can see, this did not take all that long. The longest is being patient for it to dry, which of course, that's always a struggle. It's a battle. Okay, we'll just pull the hair out of there. My gosh. Do you guys get hair? Well, I mean, I have long hair, so I kind of shed a lot. Not as much as my dog, but I do shed. Sometimes I have to giggle when I see stuff. All right. And then finally, we are going to pop this up on a pool party card. I just had a real simple card, but I think this is such a nice card to just send to a girlfriend for no good reason. I think we need to do that. Send more cards for no good reason. As soon as I catch up on my thank you cards, which I'm going to be mailing out a whole bunch of them today, I want to just start sending cards to people for no good reason. I kind of like that idea. Don't you like getting a card in the mail for no good reason? I mean, that's what we do, but I feel like we don't send cards enough. I think it's because we also, by nature of being crafters, have to hoard everything, and we don't want to, I mean, like if we sent a card, oh my gosh, then we wouldn't have it. Make 2. Make 10. Just saying. All right, so there you go. I hope you like this card. Really simple. So I put a skinny little layer of pool Pacific Point and then a pool party card base. So that's it for that one. Trying to think, did I have anything else planned for today? I think this was it. So again, I'll remind you, my shameless plug, if you would like the materials to make your adorable boxed set of note cards, of course you could do any of these lovely colors and whatnot. All you have to do is place an order with me. I made it $50 because hello, like you don't want to get the celebration. I mean, come on. You get 5 note cards with envelopes, 5 half sheets of colored cardstock to decorate your note cards, and then the pieces you need for the box, all the directions and all of that good stuff you've seen in this video, but I will post the dimensions and all of that special stuff to both my Facebook page here as well as to my blog so that you can reference them when you get your materials. And then you just need to use this host code. It's F, 3 H's in a row, 2 R's, a D, and a 9. So that's our host code. Thank you so much for joining me. Come back next Monday. If you are viewing this live, awesome. If you had a question on there and I did not catch it, I will answer it. Julie, those are going out today. It's possible that Dina's a little behind on her thank yous, but they are going out today. Also, door prizes. Oh my gosh. We totally need a door prize. I forgot to post my form. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to grab something from my stash. Okay, I have 2 door prizes. I have a stamp set, Country Livin', since we did some watercoloring today. This is the perfect set for a little watercoloring action. And then my other is some enamel dots. So here's how you get entered into the door prize. Obviously, if you tuned in, you are entered. You are good. If you share this video, you will get an additional entry. And if you place an order with the host code, you will get 2 entries. So that's awesome. And I will say you have until the end of today. Well, no, you have until Sunday to take advantage of this. So how about I announce the door prizes next week? So every Monday it will be at 10 a.m. Central Time. And if you can't catch it live, of course it will be it's recorded. It'll be posted. You'll catch it later. And we're going to do this every week. I might not give out a ton of stuff every week because, that kind of adds up. But I would really appreciate it if you shared this with your friends. Help get the word out. Spread the word of my awesomeness because I would love to share that. Yay, look at Patricia. I appreciate it that you love the video. That's so awesome. So anyway, share the video on Facebook. Place your order and be a viewer. Those get you all entered. And then we'll do the drawing Monday. Ooh, because we could do it live and that would be fun. And then I'll mail this to you. So yay. And then also, of course, make sure that you place your order. You have until Sunday, which I believe is the 12th. Yes, Sunday is the 12th. To place your order to get in on this deal. So thank you guys so much for watching. And also, if you have suggestions of things you would like me to show, maybe there's a technique you want to learn, maybe there is a stamp set you want me to show you an awesome idea for, because I like to do that. Whatever it is, comment here, just give me a message, shoot me a message somewhere, say that you want it for the Facebook Live video, because of course that helps me know. And then I will get that done. One more thing. I'm also releasing 4 online classes today. I was trying to get them done before we started so that I could make the big announcement, but I didn't. But there's going to be a card buffet online class. There will be a special reason online class, there will be a Oh So Succulent online class and a Dragonfly Dreams online class. So those are all going to get posted in just a little bit. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for joining. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.